Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back once again with another review. Today, we're taking a look at Transformers, Dark of the Moon, Voyager class, Skyhammer. Skyhammer was one of the first movie figures released, um, besides being one of the first Voyagers. This is the front of his box. Can turn it over, we'll see the back. It shows the figure in both vehicle and robot mode, as well as the gimmicks of his mech tech weapon. This side shows his tech specs, explains the concept of mech tech, and short bio. Skyhammer was not movie character, so this was his only appearance. Quite interesting to note, though, when we first started hearing about mech tech and all that stuff, it appeared that the weapons would be able to merge together, and the larger weapons, much like the kind that Skyhammer comes with, would be able to control the smaller ones. Here's the vehicle. I do have his mech tech weapon attached to the front. It does have a molded in landing gear to replace his traditional landing gear. I'll pop the gun out to show you the regular landing gear. It's right here under the nose. Here's the gun. Skyhammer does have 2 additional missile pods that you can attach in various ways to various positions. I happen to have them attached to the gun. I'll just remove those real quick. Usually they do come, they're attached to the underside of his wings here on the outside. You can actually leave these on. Oh, didn't. No, you're not seeing that. You can leave these on during transformation, and just like that. Very nice helicopter mode. Propeller does spin. As you can see, bears a strong resemblance to, at least in my opinion, to the old Airwolf vehicle. Besides the 2 mech tech ports under the wing, he has one on either side, as well as a 3mm clip system weapon. This is actually a very nice helicopter. I'll go so far as to say the best Transformers helicopter that's been made in a while. We'll get to the transformation of him in a moment. Let's just go ahead and take a look at his mech tech weapon. It's a double barrel blaster that when you press the plunger on the back, there we go, springs forward into a sword. Now, as with all the Voyager class mech tech weapons, if you can actually lock it open. Now, I've seen other reviews where they said rotating the plunger to the right. With the plunger facing you, on mine, I find that it locks when you rotate it to the left. It's a rather nice sword, a lot of nice detail to it, but we're here for the figure. And let's get to the transformation. First thing you want to do, come into the rear here. We're going to split what'll be the legs. You're going to split them open and detach them from the midsection of the chopper. Going to come on in and what would be underneath here, bring them down. While you're doing that, you want to rotate the landing gear sorta out of the way. It's a little tricky with that landing gear for some reason. It doesn't have a fixed position. basically what you're going to do now is separate the legs from the, going to accordion them out, basically. Trying to think of a way to explain it, but you're going to end up with the hips looking like that. On the one leg, you're going to fold in the tail, like so, while folding the, I guess would be the rear rudder out. Come into the leg, you're going to push out this little vent piece and just pull it out till it locks into place. You're then, while doing that, you're going to rotate it forward. And as you're doing that, you want to go, as you're folding up with that little tail section, you want to get in there and push up the heel piece, pull it down, and then peg the leg section into place. Oop, just sorry about that. There you go. Everything goes together nicely. There you have the leg. And then you want to make sure the leg is actually facing up, facing the direction of the rotor. The next leg, you want to do the same thing. Push out the vent, fold the tail fin back, fold out the heel piece as you're pushing up. Let me zoom out a little so I can keep this up in camera. Pushing on the heel piece as you're maneuvering everything, and if you're me, pushing the vent again and things of that nature. Made a mistake here. You actually want those tail pieces facing out to the side like that, and we're gonna leave the legs for a bit just because we have to get to there's some other transformation bits we have to do. Going to bring the the wings down here, separate the arms, and you just want to go ahead and bring the wings down all the way like that. That will free up the arms. Well, I'm sorry, what will be the arms and the hands. So you bring that sides down. Then you want to come in here, separate the top. While doing that, you want to rotate the plate with the rotor blades out to the side. Here we go. And then you just want to, it's kind of tight, but you want to eventually work the way so you can get the arms forward like that. Then what you can do is we're going to come back to the legs now and rotate up this section here. and that'll be his lower chest, torso, what have you. And that'll give you a little bit more room to work with. Come around the back here, and just basically, rotate the wings down just to get them out of the way while you're working. You're going to want to come around the front. And basically, what we're doing is we just split open the cockpit, and we're pushing back what was like the front chest part of like the front part of the cockpit. It's like several stages. Now these were what I'm pushing down now were the rotor blades. Or like the front turbines or something like that. And then while we're doing that, I'm going to come around the back, and we're going to finish off these wings. You just want to keep the arms out of the way. You're bringing that backpack up. And then fold it in like that. And then you just come in, fold the wings up. They actually peg into place there. And then you're, believe it or not, close to being done. Like I said, it's a little tricky to get everything in, but once you do, it's really nice. Now, before we get to the arms, I'm going to take you through a really cool step here. How to collapse the rotor blades. There's only one way to do it. There's a groove that'll lock it into place. You're then going to come along, and there's grooves in the wings of that we just folded up that fit pegs on the rotor blade. And what's really nice is that you can actually peg the rotor blades in. And they stay into place quite nicely, so that his chest looks like that. Now, let's get to the hands. Real simple. Fold the hand. Collapse the hand in and down like that. I'll show you on this other side. Oh god, this review is going to suck so bad. Got the hand out. Collapse it in. There you go. And we have Skyhammer finally in robot mode. For better or for worse. These shoulder bits, you can have them out like this. I think that's how the instructions hold it. Speaking of the instructions, there is actually a variant to this figure that involves the difference of the instructions. I don't know how to find them. I don't know if you can find them, but they're there. So, for articulation, shoulders, rotate, hinge joint, elbows bend, swivel, some wrist articulation. I do like the hands, how they are detailed. Out, bend at the knee. You can actually have a couple different joints there you can work with, and a hip joint. So you can get some nice poses out of this guy too. When it comes to his mech tech weapon, he can hold it in either hand, in either position. When he's holding it as a blaster, I like to have it like that. When when the sword is out, I like to have it pegged into the arm so he can hold it like that, so he can slash it with it. He can also hold many of the smaller mech tech weapons, the Human Alliance basic weapons. Here he is with backfire as a double cannon. I would actually say out of all the figures, when it comes to the Human Alliance basics, they work best with him. I've actually had him displayed with backfire as a as his front cannon. But if you can still find him, Skyhammer, I do recommend him since he is a fun figure. As you can see, the transformation was somewhat involved, but don't let that stop you. It is a great figure and it's fun to have.